Good Monday afternoon, guys. My name is Jerry Miller, and welcome to the I Love CVille Show. Thank you kindly for joining us. We are live in Charlottesville, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world on the I Love CVille Network. This program is going to be fire, baby. We got three gentlemen on set, which you will meet in about 12 minutes, that are A-plus people, community stakeholders, bringing positive perspective and leadership and guidance and role model-like perspective to the youth and to people and families and parents in this community. I am so very excited for today's program. Scott Williams helped put this roundtable together. He is a friend of this program. Freddie Jackson is in the house. He is a friend of this program. And Tristan Kabesa, his first time on the I Love CVille Network, his first rodeo. I cannot wait to invite you and to welcome you and to introduce you to Tristan Kabesa. This guy, a mover and shaker from Come As You Are CVille. Guys, get ready for something that is going to be dynamic. We'll give some props to the partners that make the program possible. Ting Fiber Internet is the crazy fast internet behind the I Love CVille Network. We love the Ting family at I Love CVille. We love Scott Wagner of Scott Wagner Integrated Medicine and Skooma Boutique Dispensary in the Charlottesville Downtown Mall. Partners of ours for about 6 months, about half a year now. Skooma Boutique Dispensary. Everything in the store has certificates of analyses for your enjoyment. Juna Wickhauer is our North Star. Before we get to our roundtable, I need 8 minutes of your attention to give you some perspective that's happening in this community. Tomorrow is a special city council meeting that was announced over the weekend. Now, if you know anything about local government, when meetings are announced over the weekend and they're billed as special and they're not planned, you know something big is about to happen. 3 o'clock, it's going to be streamed live across social media. The exact reason for this special city council meeting is an urgent personnel matter. Urgent personnel matter. Now, we know that there's been tremendous, how would you put this, soap opera-like dynamics in Charlottesville government. And the city manager, Chip Boyles, is under a lot of fire. I'm curious to see if this urgent personnel matter involves our city manager, Chip Boyles. Furthermore, the second topic of news I need to relay to you is Major Jim Moody announced his retirement in surprising fashion on Friday. This is the second time Jim Moody of the Charlottesville Police Department has announced his retirement. Remember, a few weeks ago, he announced his retirement. Then he was persuaded to come back on the job after Chief Brackney was fired. Major Jim Moody was the interim police chief to help City Hall find a new police chief. Then in surprising fashion, at close of business this past Friday, he announced his retirement for the second time. So here City Council has a city manager in hot water and has a police department that does not have a full-time police chief. Tito Durrett is now the assistant chief and helping this police department maybe get some stability. Tito Durrett, a respected police officer in this community. And I want to say this, I say this all the time on the program. I catch heat for saying this on the program. I cannot imagine what it's like for a police officer to put his pants on, a man or a woman, go into the community and risk their life on any given day. I don't have to do that with my job. My life is not on the line. I have respect for what these folks are doing. Tremendous respect for someone who's willing to put their lives on the line for the betterment of this community. There's bad apples in every department. We certainly know that. But I'm not going to allow this department to be painted as a bad apple just because there's a couple in there. Okay? So the news that you need to follow closely, special city council meeting, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Jim Moody, surprising resignation on Friday at close of business, the second time he's resigned. Tito Durrett, now the assistant chief. I want to give props and kudos to Tito Durrett, who's now been named a major in the department. He was the youngest police officer in Charlottesville history. He was the first black officer in Charlottesville Police Department history. This man is respected in this community. I personally have interacted with him. A-plus individual. We'll put that to a side, we'll talk football, and then we'll talk real estate, and then we get to Scott Williams, Freddie Jackson, and Tristan Kabesa. Did you guys watch the UVA football game over the weekend? Oh my gosh. Back-to-back UVA football games where a field goal at the end of a game determined the outcome. First, it was Miami on national television. On Saturday, it was Louisville. I'm sitting at the floor of my house. My wife is behind me. My 3-year-old's behind me. I'm begging, I'm pleading to the man upstairs for Louisville to miss this kick. And lo and behold, that is exactly what happened. First time in Virginia football history that the Wahoos have won a game at Louisville. This team, reminiscent of the cardiac calves of the hardwood and basketball fame. Bronco Mendenhall has talent on this ball club. His quarterback is a gamer. This guy has the physicality of an H-back. He played safety in high school. He has a rocket for a southpaw arm, for a left-handed arm. He has talent all over the roster, wide receivers that can make the plays downfield. I would love to see a little stronger commitment to the running game to get some pressure off of Brennan Armstrong. Do you guys realize he threw 60 passes against Louisville? 60 passes for a college football quarterback. That's literally what's happening right now with this Virginia football team. Regardless, props to Bronco Mendenhall. Props to Brennan Armstrong, props to this wide receiving core, and I think we need to give some props to the defense. While they are somewhat porous, especially in the defensive front, they showed a lot of moxie and a lot of heart and backbone in the second half against Louisville, especially in the fourth quarter. I think if we can get the defense tightening up a little more, this UVA football team could flirt with 9 wins. I truly believe that, and we know the Coastal Division is wide open. Now, the last topic before Scott Williams, Freddie Jackson, and Tristan Kabesa is a little bit of real estate news. The land that is home to Fox's Cafe, the parcel of land that's home to Fox's Cafe in Belmont, and the parcel right next to Fox's Cafe in Belmont is currently for sale. This is news we will put on the I Love CVille Network after the program. The address is 403 Avon Street. I'm calling up the listing literally as I speak. This shows you how expensive Charlottesville is. 0.38 acres. 0.38 acres. The asking price, $1,495,000. Now, I will say this. You got primo real estate there. It's literally on Avon, right in the heart of town. But if you want to buy the land that's home to Fox's Cafe and the lot right next to Fox's Cafe, you're going to have to open up the checkbook, homies. Checkbook to the tune of about $1.5 million, okay? That's some serious moolah, some serious cash. You're going to have to stack some paper if you want to scoop up this real estate. $1,495,000 for 0.38 acres, the home to Fox's Cafe. Judah Wickhauer is our director, my friend, my amigo, 10 years of working alongside each other. Studio camera, Scott Williams, Tristan Kabesa, Freddie Jackson on camera right now. Gentlemen, what is up?
What's up? What's up?
How's it going?
We will start with the man who helped make the interview possible, Scott Williams. Tell us about this cast of characters right here on the I Love CVille set.
I'm honored to be on set with them and collaborating with them. I've known Freddy for a while.
A-plus people.
Yeah, we used to play basketball. Oh, we got the clap box.
Yeah, the clap box right there. Love Freddie Jackson. Love Freddy.
But yeah, I get inspired by the dude every time I talk to him. I swear I always try to meet people at the gym. It's like, hey, you want to do a treadmill meeting or a bike meeting? And everybody's like, no, we'll do Zoom. We'll have coffee. This guy won't meet me inside. Whenever we meet, we have to meet outside. And I love that. Last time we sat by the river and just chilled. And yeah, he's just super inspiring. And you don't know this either, Freddie, but he actually inspired me to move. Like, I am moving out of my condo because I need to get more into nature. Like, he's out his back door, he's got the river, he's got the woods. I'm like, I need something like that in my life. So it's literally like going for sale this week. So thanks for that, Tristan. But yeah, and just known him, yeah, for real, yeah. But known him for years, love following him, love what he does. So why not align myself with him when we're trying to do more for the under-resourced in our community? So I reached out to him to work on the project. We'll talk about it a little bit later, I'm sure. But Tristan I met Tristan this summer. He reached out, or we had a common connection, Karen Fink. Right, is it Karen Fink? Yes, yeah, from Blue Ridge School. She's a counselor in the county, in Amarillo County Schools. She's amazing, big supporter of us. Her husband is Trip Darren, the headmaster of Blue Ridge. We love Blue Ridge School at Camp For Real. They were the only school that opened to us for Camp For Real last summer in the midst of a pandemic, and we had 4 more camps there this summer. love them to death. But yeah, he reached out. We connected, and he just wanted to learn more about the summer camp game because he ran his own summer camp, totally free for all participants in the city. And yeah, when just talking with him, seeing his hustle, he's just moving on. He's do anything for his kids. So after summer, reflecting on what we can do more in my business, in Camp for Real, I thought these two guys would be great people to reach out to and collaborate with.
Freddie Jackson, I think it's your third rodeo here. Freddie Jackson, a living legend in the Central Virginia community. Freddie Jackson, jump in here anywhere you want to go on, any topic you want to cover, homie.
Hey, well, thanks for having us. I'm grateful for the connection and the energy that we all share. I'm just looking forward to working with the youth, with these two gentlemen in their, organizations, and just kind of, putting our energy out there and helping them be their best selves. At the end of the day, I feel like that's what it's all about. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to have a good time. All of us kind of, athletically and have that childlike energy about us. So we might be out there climbing some trees and jumping through sacks and jumping in the water. Just, again, just making sure that they walk away with some principles and some really solid pillars that they can stand on, man, and not be easily shaken by this crazy world,
I'm going to give you props on that. That's what I'm talking about. How about Tristan Kabesa, boys and girls? Let's get Tristan Kabesa in the mix here. Tristan, my first time meeting you, and I can already tell you're a gentleman of positive energy. Your orbit and your energy is contagious. I'm gravitated to your smile. I'm gravitated to your hustle and chutzpah. Introduce yourself to everybody that's watching.
Well, I'm Tristan Kabesa. I'm the executive director and founder of I Love CVille. I'm honored to be on your show, honestly, man. I'm honored to be here amongst these two great individuals. I'm going to start with Freddy about how I was supposed to meet him. When I first started I Love CVille, someone reached out to me and told me that they loved the mission I was doing, they loved our mission, but I needed to consult and get with Freddy Jackson. They said he's doing the same thing out there and he's a great individual. So I looked him up and I said, okay, we'll connect one day. This was about a year or two ago. So then, literally, Scott reaches out to me about this project that we're going to discuss here a little later. He reaches out to me and lets me know that we're working with Freddy Jackson. So I laughed and I literally told Freddy, I was supposed to meet you a year ago, but here we are today. Yeah. And Scott is honestly an amazing person.
Yes, he is.
Amazing person inside and out. Scott, I reached out to him through Karen Fink because I was organizing a week-long summer camp for the children of Charlottesville and Albemarle County. We just wanted to give the kids an opportunity to be at camp for the ones that were not capacitated enough to be able to afford a summer camp. So Scott told me to come visualize what he was doing out there since he's been an instructor and a camp instructor for quite a while. And he set me down after hours of having in his own camp, sat down with me and just gave me knowledge. Give me the ins and outs about camps, how to run them properly. So I thank you for that. That was actually amazing. And I considered him one of my mentors in this business as well. So Scott told me that he would be more than willing to help us in anything that we did. He came out, ran an activity for us at the fall festival we did. So here we are, ready to work together.
I love it. I love it. So here's the cool part of the show, guys. We're live on every social media platform known to mankind. You can give props in the comment sections, send me DMs to these guys. You know what? You can zing them and talk a little smack if you want as well here. They will not mind. It's part of our mentality. Just give them some props. Rachel McLean, awesome guys. She just put that in the feed. Shannon Milliken. Hi from Colorado. We love Scott Williams and everything he does for kids. He promotes healthy living and lifestyle choices. We wish him in Colorado a great time and a full time and a wonderful time. Ryan Goodwin, I second that. T.R. Stutler, love Camp for Real and Scott Williams. Can't find a better guy and leader of our youth. Tristan's getting some props from Michelle Keys. Michelle Keys says good vibes. He's getting some props from Terrence Smith. ACAC in the house. I see a number of teachers watching the program. Angie Oakley Bremett. Yay, Tristan. Amazing guy.
Thank you.
Alex Haas. Love this clap box. Great group of individuals. Kim Ballard. You all are amazing. I know Scott was, and now I'm learning from Freddie and Tristan as well. Jonathan watching the program. Love No Ego Foundation is huge for this community. 4 states, watching the program right now. Scott Williams, jump in here. Talk to us about the event. What's going down, homie?
Well, first of all, you can zing Tristan and Freddy. I'm a little sensitive, so if you can just keep the compliments, I would appreciate that. So the event that actually Tristan and I met was a field day for the Meriwether students last year. The Albemarle County Public Schools, they did not have PE, and I kind of served as that liaison where I came around to neighborhoods and did all that good stuff and did neighborhood PE groups all over the county. Obviously, it was really cool scenario where I got to see the kids. But we did a field day event, and we used it as a fundraiser for the MLS PTO, Meriwether Lewis School, and it was super successful. We're always really supported in the Meriwether area, in the Ivy area, western end of the county, super supported there. I can't say enough great things about those families there. But when I saw the energy, just field day just brings up so many positive vibes for all the kids. And I was kind of disappointed they weren't going to have one for the second year in a row. So we stepped in. I think we had 80 kids there, and worked with the PE teachers there, the outgoing PE teacher, who's a colleague of mine, former colleague of mine, and the incoming PE teacher. So I got him actually connected with the community beforehand, and it was just a blast. We had the fire truck out there. We had a 100-foot slip and slide going, and I was like, why can't we recreate that for the fall? So we're going to do a fall field day at Washington Park from 1 to 3 this Sunday. And we're going to use it as a kind of a way to raise funds for our newly formed Camp For Real scholarship funds, but also to bring awareness to Love No Ego and Freddy's organization and Tristan with Come As You Are CVille, because they're just doing amazing things, and I want to get them out there, and I just want to connect the whole community. It seems when I am doing these events, it's kind of with summer camps excluded, but it's pretty focused in that area. So when we had the field day, it was mostly Meriwether kids. But here I want to hold it centrally located in Washington Park, where it's easily accessible from the Meriwether area, Brownsville area, Stone Robinson. We're super supported up there. Holly Mead up 29, but we also want to be accessible for those city schools too. And we started out as a fundraiser, like pay what you will, but now we're like pay anything if you can. So we've kind of changed a little bit. If you wanna help us raise some funds to get some under-resourced families to camp next summer, great, but we just want kids there. So we want to get them outside. The weather's supposed to be beautiful that day, sunny and 70, and show Tristan some more activities that we do in camp so he can take that to his camps this summer and just get the kids moving. And we're collaborating with, I think Tristan and Freddy set up some partnerships with Trader Joe's and Wegmans so that we're going to be feeding the kids healthy food. So I think a lot of you know that Camp For Real, it's about fun physical activity, getting outdoors, having fun, but I'm big into nutrition and setting a good example for those kids, being good role models. A lot of plant-based foods, no artificial ingredients, minimally processed. We teach the kids a lot about nutrition, so we're going to be doing a little bit of that too. Have some healthy snacks there, get some water for some refueling station, maybe do a little trail mix at the end of the day, kind of allergy friendly, just get the kids in and out, 2 hours of activity, have a blast. And honestly, I don't think I've seen kids that much since summer camp. So for me personally, I need to be around my kids. Like, I'm super excited. We have a couple events coming up. Friday at Meriwether, we have a kids' night out event, but I need to get around some kids. And this family field day idea, I've just been super excited about, and to bring these guys along just makes it even better. And to further pump Freddy up, when we were doing some social media for the event, and man, I get tight in my chest when I talk about social media.
And his chest is already tight. Look at that chest over there.
That's how you got so
I
big.
know. Did you see that? You guys talking about Freddy? They got even tighter over there.
Social media workout. You just can't
Yes. But yeah, so I'm like, all right, we got to do this. And Freddy just takes over. He's like, nah, man, and he just lightens up the mood. And Tristan's all playful, and then it lets me open up. And we just had a great time with it. And I did some social media this morning. I wish you guys were with me because it was painful. Set it up and then upload it. It wouldn't upload to Instagram, so I had to do it all over again. But yeah, I had a blast with them. I did not want to leave. We only had an hour. And I was like, I wish I had more time to spend with these guys. So being around the kids, outdoors for 2 hours, giving them healthy foods, setting that good example, playing. Yeah, like, what do you say? It's okay to be be childlike, don't be childish. Yeah.
Not necessarily childish.
And I always start every activity, every camp, I'm doing birthday parties too, which is the coolest thing ever.
Cool,
Get to
cool.
spend time with kids on their special day. I'm like, hey, just letting you know I'm the biggest kid here, and I'm probably the fastest kid. And don't be upset if you can't catch me. I really get caught. So I talk good-natured trash to them, and then just have a blast with them. And I can't wait for Friday and Sunday to get here. But
Jump in here, Tristan.
Excuse me. See, the difference is, I talk the trash.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Bring it,
I
baby.
talk the trash to the kids, but unfortunately, they beat me. So, so I'm trying to get my strength and my endurance up like Scott's and Freddy's, but these kids definitely whooped me out there. You know, I'm honestly super honored and excited about this fall field day that we're having on the 17th. And for what it means for the population that we serve is a whole different end of the spectrum, because we serve the homeless and the less fortunate. Most of the population and the kids that we serve don't have the means to attend these types of events. So when we make it as a pay-as-you-can type of event, it brings a lot more kids in, and actually a lot of my population loves Camp for Real. They love everything that they do. After we did a week-long summer camp, I got the ideas from Scott. I actually got most of my ideas from him. So I always promote Camp for Real, but as you know, he is a business, and they weren't doing as far as collaborating with us to bring it to the community. So this is a huge thing. You know, it's a huge thing for the Charlottesville community. So please, on the 17th, this is a call for all the neighborhoods, all the low-income housing developments. Please bring your children out there. Let's have some fun. I guarantee you, no child is going to come back.
Freddie Jackson. Freddie Jackson. Come on now.
Hey, man, they said it all, but, you know, like, just to reiterate everything, guys, come on out. We're creating a space for just true growth and fun. And, you know, love does what it does all by itself. So if you just show up, kind of get on that frequency, we'll take care of the rest. We'll make sure the kids have a great time. Again, learn some pillars and principles that they can apply to their lives while having fun, and they can go and grow with that and not be so easily shaken, again, by all the stuff that's coming at them all the time. Like, the world doesn't quit, it doesn't let up. So we shouldn't let up either. So we gotta bring that energy to them and just help them be their best selves.
You got a lot of comments coming in. Put the comments in the feed. I'll relay them on air. Questions, put them in the feed. We'll get to the questions about COVID. We'll get to the questions about how the nonprofits were started. We'll get to the questions about who their inspirations are, who I think is absolutely amazing. Justin C. Hicks, Freddy is the man. Love No Ego is the greatest organization in CVille. Justin C. Hicks, thank you for watching the program. T.R. Stutler talking a little smack over there here. He says, Scott, I heard you talking hoops. Can you still do it at your age over there? That's for T.R. Stutler over there. You got something you want to say back to TR over there?
I can probably do it better than him.
Yeah, there we go. There we go, TR.
That's enough right there.
There we go, TR.
He always supports me too. The fact I just did not feel horrible. He appreciates it.
Stephen Easton watching the program. He says community heroes on the I Love CVille show. All those guys, community heroes. Rachel McLean says these three need to be regulars. They're so wonderful energy in this group. Love the strengths that each of them bring to the team as to the table as a team. This is such a beautiful example of true community. Way to go, guys. She's also saying we need to have a dance-off in the studio between Tristan, Scotty Williams, and Freddie Jackson. Dude, I've seen him dance. Dude gets down.
He wins.
Dude gets down.
He's had a lot of practice too.
I know.
He does it all the time.
Dude gets down. I've seen him do it. Christopher Morgan giving everybody some props on the program. If you want to talk some smack or give him some props, put it in the feed. Michelle Keys, they do wonderful with the children. 3 example of fantastic people that are great for the future in this community. Terrence Smith, hello. Daily Progress, hello. CVille Weekly, hello. Martin Schaefer, I once saw Scott Williams pick up Thor's hammer. That was amazing. Whose nickname is Dubs on this program here?
There he is.
All right. Jamie Beeler. Is this Jamie Beeler, the golf coach?
He's a PE teacher at Brownsville.
Okay, his brother's the golf coach.
Yeah, I
at
believe
Rapper.
so.
I love the Beeler family. I love the Beeler family. He says, Dubs, aren't you supposed to be substitute teaching right now?
We had a little paperwork snafu with the county. I thought they wanted substitute teachers. I was supposed to be at Brownsville today, but unfortunately it didn't work. But I'm here though. So.
Yes, sir.
Oh man! All right, let's go. What this community means to you, Tristan. We start with you on that topic, sir.
Everything. Honestly, so I'm not from Charlottesville. I moved there in 2016, and Charlottesville welcomed me open arms. So Charlottesville means everything to me. The youth, the homeless, the population, everybody entailed, should I say, means the world to me, and that's why we're called Come As You Are CVille. Just come as you are for Charlottesville.
How about you, Freddie Jackson?
Oh man, so I'm from Buckingham County, so I grew up.
Buckingham?
Yeah, Bucktown. So I grew up familiar with Charlottesville. When I first got my driver's license, this is the way I came. Like, I'm coming to the big city, from Buckingham, So I grew up familiar with Charlottesville, coming to UVA games. And what it means to me, community is one of our foundations pillars, and as well as one of my personal pillars, spirituality, education, exercise, and boom, community. I mean, what would we do without community? Where would we be? And there's unity in community, like literally, like in the word. But it's just phenomenal, and I feel like it's purpose. I think this is what we're supposed to be doing. And you know that from the feeling that you get, the energy that you give, you know that, you feel it. Like, so it's everything. Community is everything. And this community has always welcomed me, like always. I live here. I've been living here since 2012. It's just been great. It's been great.
So this is coming in from Brian. The best basketball player on this house, on this set, is Freddie Jackson, and it ain't even close. Scott, what do you think of that comment right there?
I agree.
Yeah, wow. Dude, you played college hoops, right?
Yeah, I did.
This guy is still on, he posts videos of him on social media, dunking, doing nasty stuff on the hardwood right here. Scott Williams, anywhere you want to go on, any topic you want to cover?
All my dunking videos went down in a computer crash in 2013, so I'd post those with Freddie. But no, just the community, going back to that, to piggyback on what Freddie said, like this community, it's helped me grow so much. Charlottesville, I've been here 17 years, and going through where I made the leap from teaching to, entrepreneur, straight camp for real and consulting on the side. And hitting the pandemic in the midst of that first year, I remember telling my mentor, Lee Elberson, mentor and friend of the show, I wanted to go into fetal position, just like hope the best came of it. And he inspired me to get out there and to pivot. That was the word of 2020, and to see the parents and the families gather, just rally around and support me, just getting us. I was in front yards doing classes, I was in cul-de-sacs, I was in parking lots, you name it, I was there, and just had these amazing parents that were going to bat for me, and we kept the community connected, and it was heartwarming, man, and I just want to give back as much as I can now. Sometimes you get caught up in your own life, and that's why I'm aligning myself with these two. Like, I've already been out to, like Tristan said, an event with him and his kids, but we're doing a clothing giveaway, right? Yeah, I just signed up for that this morning, and it's inspiring me to get out there and do more, and not just kind of stay in my camp for real atmosphere. And I want to get out and meet more kids, meet more families, support the community however I can, and just aligning myself with these guys, seeing what they're doing. It just inspires me to do more. So I'm super excited to embark on this journey and collaborate on many more things after this.
This is the first one, This is just the first time
First of many.
Yeah. So, exactly. Like, who knows what's in store after this.
Multiple moms asking this question on the feed. How did you guys do with COVID? Please put some perspective into how you kept the camps and the business and the nonprofits going through one of the toughest times for all of us, especially us moms.
Well,
that was hard.
Well, I would say the message of love, no ego became a little bit more relevant and a little bit more impactful and a little bit more attractive during, such challenging times with all the racial tension on top of COVID and just needing that social emotional support for kids and understanding and clarity. So we became a little bit more like attractive and a little bit more like relevant. We had to pivot and make a lot of adjustments. We have a couple of vehicles now. One of them in particular, the van, everybody loves.
I love the van. I love the van. I was going to bring that up. I love the van.
We could get 15 people in there, 15 kids in there at once.
That's legit.
But, with COVID, we went, that number changed from 15 to like 2. And then we also had to kind of measure out how far we were driving with those two, you know. So it slowed things down, but we have been super busy. You know, we received a grant, from Virginia Humanities, for like sanitation. So we get sanitation and things done for after each mentoring session.
That's legit.
Yeah. So things like that, slowing down, making the space to be safe because it's worth it, of course. You know, and. But man, like the phones and the emails have been just coming in for mentoring, one-on-ones. When are you going to do some more workshops? When are you going to do that cereal buffet again? When are you going to do the too much media, not enough social workshop again? Because the message is, you know, that more relevant now and that more attractive. So that's how we've handled these times, you know, one example there. Anyway.
Tristan, you?
Yeah, well, with one of our programs being disaster relief, it was definitely a hard time to navigate through, but we made it, and honestly, it brought us together as a community because we were more involved in the community. We were out there more. Their need was greater out there in the community for us. And as far as the mentoring, as Freddy was saying, the need became greater as well. You know, so the youth kept coming in. Everybody that came to our summer camp, all 31 children registered to be mentored as well. Mm-hmm. So it was a little difficult time to navigate through, but what I will say is that the pandemic brought us together. The pandemic opened up new venues for us to look into. The pandemic also, you know, as nonprofit organizations, it sets you apart. It sets you apart because this is the time where you're supposed to step up. This is the time where you're supposed to do more because the need is also greater. So I would definitely say that it brought us together, made us work harder, and here we are.
Well said. Very well said. Mr. Williams.
Yeah, just go back to Freddie's point about unity and, you know, how this is our first event together. I don't feel very united right now because I've never seen these guys in anything but T-shirt and short and jeans. And then Tristan
They showed up like distinguished gentlemen.
Hey.
Dapper Dons over here.
Tristan's wearing a suit. Freddie was, no. Let me speak, Tristan. I'm upset with you all now. Freddie was in a T-shirt.
I'm still in.
Sees Tristan goes back to his super fancy Love Navigo car and gets a blazer, and there's me in the T-shirt.
I think he's got the sweatpants. The sweatpants with the suit.
I was telling him on the way in. I was
He's
like,
a baller.
yeah, I kind of dress and do my thing. Like I have to be comfortable for any and everything throughout my day. You know, you never know. You might be climbing a tree with a kid.
Jerry,
Then you might be at the Jerry Miller show.
There you go.
I blame all of this on you,
It's
Jerry.
my fault. It's
Because
100%
when
my
I
fault.
looked at your attire, every day you have a button-up and a suit.
Thank you.
By the way, that suit is very snazzy.
Thank you, my friend.
So I had to go ahead and it's an appropriate attire for
Dude, you're looking dope too.
Just for you,
Let's
man.
get Scott Williams, the singer, over here. The man's got the tightest T-shirts in Central Virginia. I think that's a medium he's wearing over there. Is that
That's a large.
Okay, it's a large.
I tell you what
He just has a
though.
lot of muscle.
You look good in the large,
It's
Scott.
sensitive.
I tell you what though.
You look good, dude. You look good.
I tell you what though. All of us are super comfortable.
Yes,
That's the most important
Yes,
thing.
That's right. Amen.
You be comfortable.
Yes, sir.
Dress how you may.
Scott Williams, get in here, baby.
Yeah. So in regards to the parents' concerns about COVID,
People are loving this.
We started off when we, I think it was like a month in the pandemic, I was doing workouts to where the kids were literally 10 to 15 feet apart. They stayed at their cone. So there was no cross-contamination. We weren't sharing equipment, anything like that. And we've evolved to the point now, fast forward a year and a half, most of our camps are outdoors. So we're at Miller School and Blue Ridge School primarily. And, you know, with the hiking, the biking, the lake, the pool, we're outdoors, I'd say, I don't know, 85% of the time, obviously masking indoors. I talk with my PE, my phys ed colleagues all the time about strategies on how we can keep the kids socially distanced because, you know, that's still important, mask or no mask. We'll use, some of the strategies we do, we'll use like 4 foot long noodles to tag. So kids aren't touching each other. You know, I mean, it's not going to be a perfect situation.
Can you explain this tag game? Can you explain how that goes?
Yeah, we'll show you some of those on Sunday. But so when I have a 4 foot implement reaching out, tagging the kid, not touching them, we're still staying at a good distance. You know, we're using caution tape flags and hanging it tucking in the kids' shoes so they step on the flag instead of pull it. Just markings on the ground, just when they are receiving instructions, keeping them a good 6 to 8 feet apart, just things like that. And you know, honestly, man, noodles are has been a savior to physical education teachers everywhere, and camp counselors, camp directors, whatever. I think I can modify, I would say, a good 90% of my games, my activities that the kids love, to work and to keep them reasonably distanced for the majority of the time. So we've been very thoughtful about how we're combating that, because the recent uptick in the in COVID cases, and with the kids, it's a little bit more. It's a bigger chance, or better, more likely that they can get infected, but. I stay in close contact, meet with them once a month, actually, my physical education team, who are in the trenches right now, and we're doing an indoor event this Friday before the fall field day, which will be all outdoors. And I talk to them, like, how you doing this, and so I know what they're doing. We're just going to follow the lead of Albemarle County Public Schools and what they're doing there. So I stay up on it. We talk a lot behind the scenes. Not gonna share too much of that because it's not very exciting, but we do have the kids' best interests at heart. And going back to Freddy always talking about love, like that's one of my gifts, and I can tell it's their gift too. Like these kids are going to know within. I need like 10 minutes with kids for them to know I love these kids. Like kids are the best. Like that's my passion. Kids, I'm actually going through withdrawal right now, not being around them, and I notice how it affects me mentally and emotionally. Like I absolutely love them, and they're gonna have a blast. They're gonna be safe. They're gonna feel loved for sure, and yeah, we're gonna eat some healthy foods too while we're at it.
So this is something that's coming in from a ton of moms on the feed here. They talked about the evolution of gym during COVID. I will add to this and paraphrase some of these comments coming in from Laura, some of the comments coming in from Jennifer Kraling, some of the comments coming in from Leslie as well. So I played pickleball with a Charlottesville high school gym teacher. I'm not going to use his name here, though. And he was telling me in the beginning of COVID, when gym class was done over Zoom, he literally had his class in front of a computer and said, take your ball from your left hand and throw it to your right hand. And take your ball from your right hand and throw it to your left hand. And that was in the beginning of COVID, gym class for a lot of these kids. Then the incredible thing about educators and people like you is you guys started to figure out how to innovate and improve and make the best of circumstances because you're so passionate for the kids. Anywhere you guys want to go on this topic, Tristan, what these kids mean to you and what you learned from yourself during this pandemic on how you can make the best of any circumstance that's presented to you.
I mean, number one, we had no choice. The choice was taken away from us. As far as being indoors, you have to keep 6 feet apart. That became a little harder for the children to navigate and move around freely, especially with the camps where you have 100 children, like Scott was saying. So it became a little harder. So what's important here is the population. What's important is the youth. What's important is their advancement. And what's very important is that they stay healthy, as Scott said. So we had to figure out ways of taking it outdoors, creating activities that they can enjoy, but also exercise at the same time. And what it honestly taught me about these children is that once you show that bit of love, it's reciprocated. These kids are absolutely in love with all three of us here. They're loving what we're doing. They're loving the activities that we're giving them. So it's been a blessing for me as well.
Yeah, you can't fool a kid either.
Not
They
at
know.
all.
They
Not at
know if
all.
you love them, and
Right.
they'll know right away. And when he said reciprocated, that resonates with me. That's what's special about being in the physical education field and now in the camp business. It's just being around those kids and letting them know.
And you guys are, Freddy, jump in here. You guys aren't even in the physical education field, in the camp business. You guys are, almost in a lot of ways in the mental health business.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of daily activities and patterns of behavior that contribute to your overall mental health. Like, it makes sense, right? Like, we're human beings. Like, we're naturally spirited creatures. So before I go all down that path, you made me think of something, nature and being outdoors. Like, I always felt that, and many people agree, I'm sure, that, nature has a way of honing in that message of love and showing you what matters and getting away from the chaos and kind of settling down. And I think that's what this time has, sort of taught us. The message is saying to us, like, slow down. Like, you're happy, you're healthy. Like, sit still for a while. I think we have, just as a American culture, we have created so much stuff, man, that it's just a lot of noise, and it prohibits us from seeing the truth and living that truth, because we're always distracted. But just getting back to it, like, nature has always been a part of what we do in our programming, whether it's hiking, whether it's outdoor workouts, whether it's workshops outdoors, being a certified personal trainer, being a nature boy, Ric Flair type of dude. I always like to be outside and climbing and kayaking and hammocking. We created a program called the Hammock Life,
Awesome.
So just being creative and again, just letting love do what it does, and it'll create and tell you what to do all by itself if we just listen.
Tristan.
I keep hearing this climbing tree by Freddy. I want to see it.
I would love to see it.
I want to see it. I want to see Freddy
you
climb
find
that
the
tree.
right tree, man, you'll be up there in no time. Like, you can pretty much run up it.
Listen, I was born in Africa, but I'm afraid of heights. I'm not going up a tree. I'm afraid of that. Yes, sir.
Paul MacArthur, my girls are going to the Parents' Night Out on Friday. They have been to others since the pandemic started. I'm 100% confident that all the right precautions are being taken by Parents' Night Out.
Yeah.
Paul MacArthur. Kim, teachers had to work together across the country and with communities to learn together. A small positive out of this. I work at the university level, and our students on campus are juniors, and it's going to be their first spring campus experience. That's incredible to think about. How about that topic of how about this? My little boy is 3 years old, and one of the things, and Scott, I'll throw this to you. One of the things I've seen, even with him at 3, he goes to a preschool in the area. They wear masks. The preschool experience is very different than the preschool experience we knew. Very different. Dude doesn't get down about that. Dude, our boy just, it's like, this is what it is. This is how we're supposed to go. Kids are so resilient and so ready to take on challenges ahead of them if given the opportunity to do that. Scott Williams.
Yeah, that's why they're the best. They're resilient. They'll love you unconditionally, and they're ready to have a good time too. Like, I don't care. They'll go outside. They'll play in the rain. I just had a birthday party. We had a tent where, in case it did rain, it rained. And where do you think we ended up with all those 5-year-olds? We were out in the rain playing, and it was a blast.
And probably naturally.
Yes,
Like, naturally it happened.
It was.
Yeah,
There were puddles underneath the tent, and they were not avoiding the puddles at all. They were going towards the puddles. So, yeah, it was just amazing, and just getting them out in nature. And that's been one benefit of this for our business is in the public schools when we hold the summer camps, we don't have the water in the woods to combat the Virginia humidity. So the last 2 summers we've just been at Blue Ridge and Miller, and aforementioned pool. I like to say, I tell people my day has been amazing if I get to paddle, pedal, and pool, and I could do that a lot at my camp. We'll pedal in the woods. They got bike trails at both locations. Swimming pool every day, lake every day. So we're paddling canoes, kayaks, and just getting them out there. They're ready to have a great time. And if we get stuck inside one day because because it's thundering out, then they're going to have a blast in there too. I mean, when we were talking about the PE teachers when the pandemic's just started, we were online. We were doing a lot of fun activities. You can still bond with the kids. I just went through my list of activities, which ones can I make work virtually, and surprisingly, a decent percentage of them did. And, we're playing a ton of, I taught them about the Electoral College, race to 270, and it was just a game that we played. They earned money, and then they went to their teams. It was fruits versus veggies. We stayed apolitical, and then they invested the money in various states, and whatever team invested in the state the most, they got those electoral votes.
That's legit.
Yeah, and the kids loved it so much so that one of my boys, I ended up doing his birthday party. He wanted to do that when we were outdoors, and there was no restrictions. Like, we're all neighborhood, we can do that. He's like, I want to play that game that we played on virtual. So they're ready to have a good time. And yeah, it was tough. It was when I pivoted and like, how am I going to make this work? Can I bond with the kids over a screen? Yes, thank goodness. Can I make it dynamic and fun and active? Yes, but it's we have to. Like, we had to. Tristan said we had to. We had no other choice. And that's why I'll look back on this time and like we navigated this and still are. And what are some things, so Paul might not think his girls are going to be outside much tomorrow or on Friday, kids' night out, because we don't have a lot of we're going to be outside. I got glow sticks. We're going to be playing glow in the dark games. I want to keep them outside as much as possible because the weather's good and it's just safer. Now, can we stay outside the whole time? No, but we're going to do the best we can to mitigate the risk, but still make it a beneficial and fun and dynamic environment for those kids.
Caroline Wilkie watching the program. First, I want to say go Trojans, go Walsingham. She says, love Camp for real. I love Scott. Caroline Wilkie watching this program here. Freddie, I'll throw this to you. Lisa Kilham is saying this, Scott, Camp for real rock. My elementary school daughter absolutely loved his Zoom camp during COVID. Plus, when she was occupied, I could get my work done for an hour-ish. Keep up the good work, fellas. I'll throw this to you. Community outpouring support for you guys. You guys are freaking rock stars. Literally. You should see what I'm seeing on this feed. I'm not even going to get to all these comments so quickly. What does that mean to you?
That means we're doing the good work. It means we are living in purpose, on purpose. It's not for the accolades. It's for the people we're serving. It's the community we're serving. It's the youth that we're serving. And once you kind of understand that and you focus on that, everything else happens. People start to notice. The message is attractive. It's impactful. And the kid came and he took something. Again, it's purpose. And I'm very, very thankful to be collaborating with these guys. I'm so thankful that, we all kind of floating in our own perspective, respective purpose, and we're bringing it all together for the greater good. And, what else are we supposed to be doing?
Well said.
That
was beautiful. Sure, I got to give you the, dude, you just dropping poignant perspective left and right. This dude's got the gift of words right here.
You need one that cries.
I think there might be one that cries over here. Hold on, no. This isn't the one that cries. Hold on. No, that's not the one that cries right there. Tristan, get in here. Anywhere you want to go, baby. Anywhere you want to go.
Honestly, as he said, that just means the mission is getting accomplished. We have a mission here, and our mission is to serve our community. So the community responding and the community showing that pouring of love is just telling us that we are doing our job. The mission is getting accomplished, guys. So we thank you for that. We thank you for the community support because that is very important. That is a driving force behind nonprofit organizations. Mm-hmm. So we need it. And we are very thankful for the outpouring of love that have been given, and continue to do so because we will not let up and we will not stop serving Charlottesville.
How about this beautiful comment that just got put in the feed? Our theme is space and grace.
That's
space
tough.
And grace. Scott, where do you want to go with that?
I don't know. That was beautiful. That just blew my mind. Right
I think we need to all take that right there. Space and grace.
Can you hit the clap button?
Yeah, absolutely. I like it.
But yeah, I just feel blessed.
Grace.
Blessed, purpose. It took me a while to figure out my purpose, and my purpose is to keep it simply to love. And what better place than to do that when I was a PE teacher? And I don't think I always had people say, "Oh, you make a great dad, and you're so good with kids." I'm like, why do people say that? Why? I just did not know, and it's telling, because teachers are going through it right now, and PE teachers are. We get it too. We get it pretty bad. It's not the most respected field, unfortunately.
Which makes no sense to me because you guys are shaping mental and physical. And you guys are shaping mental and physical at a time where the kids are eager to see you during the day. And if you can keep them or get them or help push them into the right frame of mind, then the rest of the school day is going to be even better for them.
Yes, sir.
And I was a kid, and Caroline Wilkie's family would know this, especially her older sister. I was a kid in school that, dude, still battle ADD and ADHD. And going to gym with Coach Cacetta, and him having the right training or activities or sports to play, I look forward to it, and it made the rest of the curriculum in the day better because I was able to get those willies out, that energy out, where I couldn't necessarily get out if I was sitting in a desk for 3 or 4 straight periods with 3-minute transition in between classes and 50-minute periods back to back to back to back. That was really tough for somebody like me. So I think you guys should be pedestaled and championed and elevated. Scott Williams.
Yeah, it's kind of going back to the bad apple analogy. There are a lot of those. There's not a lot of accountability in physical education, unfortunately. So you've got to be intrinsically motivated for sure. And thankfully, my goodness, in Albemarle County, we've got just a fabulous team of elementary PE teachers that I still work closely with to this day. And Kelly and Ernest and Tracy in the city, I don't work with them as much, but they're fantastic as well. But yeah, just that's what I'm one of my next projects is I'm going to start doing some keynote speeches at the physical education conferences, the state conferences where I consult, and I want to inspire those PE teachers to know their gift, to know the positive influence they have, because what kid isn't absolutely ecstatic to come into the gymnasium to have 30, 45 minutes, 60 minutes of PE with hopefully somebody that is enthusiastic about their job and play, run around, buy hours. I always had the music blaring. As soon as I walked in, the music was on. And it's like a controlled chaos party in there as much as I can. We're given specific instruction too. Yeah, there's a lot of specific instruction as well. But once that music comes on, it's party time. And yeah, we need it more than ever. The kids are. I mean, I talked to one of my colleagues and said from the top up, the administrator's like, do not touch the kids. And I'm like, I averaged probably 200-300 hugs a day when I taught. I stood right in the middle of that hallway as the kids came in from one side, or they're getting parent drop off in the buses, and I stood right there in the middle so I could greet as many as I could. And just a greeting by name, a smile, a hug, high five, fist bump, whatever it may be these days, it can make a world of difference. It can change the kid's day.
This comment is, get ready for this one. Tristan, we'll start with you, then go to Freddy on this one. Get ready for this one, gentlemen. This is from Kevin Higgins. Children of single mothers were asked to be adults overnight last year. They were left to navigate virtual school and life alone, looking for the school bus for lunch between online classes. They experienced significant trauma, in my opinion. What should we do now to address that experience? Please ask your roundtable this question.
Well, you have great mentors sitting right here. We do understand that was a tough time, and that is why we step in. You know, we do mentor a lot of children because of those adversities that they've had to go through, especially with the pandemic. And they are correct. A lot of mothers, a lot of children, should I say, from single mothers, single parents in general, had to grow up a little quicker than usual. But it's not their fault. It's not the kids' fault. I'm not going to blame the children here, so we're not going to put that responsibility on them as well. So what we do is we try to speak to the children in a manner for them to understand that what they're doing, they're helping out the parents, because we're not going to discredit what the parents are doing or what the parents are teaching their children at home. But what we are going to do is make them explore as well, because we speak to parents as well. So we're going to reach out to parents, we speak to them and make them explore other venues. Now, there may not be another avenue, but that's where Mr. Freddy will come in, because they do pickups from schools. They do mentor kids after school. So that is always an option to have, instead of the child having to stay at home by themselves and work on schoolwork by themselves. So we are here, guys. Reach out to us.
Freddie Jackson.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what Tristan said, please, reach out to us. You know, just have that courage and to reach out. There's help. There's plenty of help. There's plenty of resources. We just have to sort of attract them and find them. I believe that we have everything that we need to be successful. And sometimes life just pulls us this way. And that's just part of our story. And why I'm saying that is I just want us as adults to take that accountability for the situation. And I'm not calling anyone victims at all, because everybody has their struggles and their challenges. But really, flip the coin, get on the other side of it, get away from the sitting in the misery and in the conflict side, and look at the resources that's around you. Try to reach out to as many as you possibly can. And I believe love will do what it does, man. I just trust it. I trust the process, no matter what I'm going through. And I've been through some things. But no matter what I'm going through, I trust that love and this energy is going to guide me to where I need to be. I just have to listen and go through it. So with that being said, it's like, you know, that's the kind of energy we bring to the table. And for anybody that's going through anything, and people know, like, I've given my shirt, like, off my back to someone who needs it, like, right then and there. And I just go home bareback, smiling, laughing, having a good old time. But we don't know if you don't reach out. You know, we don't know. The help that I need, people don't know unless I reach out. You know, so I just want to urge you guys to look into your community, see what resources are there, and let's try to maximize it, because this is what we're supposed to be doing anyway.
Megan Zampoleni is watching in Lynchburg. Get ready for this one. And we'll try to get to as many of these comments as possible, guys. There's a lot of comments coming in. She says, so many people have said this generation of kids are being left behind versus the previous generation because of the pandemic. I'm not buying that. My kids are survivors, my kids are innovating, and my kids will be stronger than ever. Please ask your guest about that.
That's awesome.
I would disagree with the kids being left behind, because honestly, I feel like now is the time that we are stepping out a little harder for those children, because times are getting harder for them as well. You know, as we said, the pandemic just occurred. You know, kids have had to stay home. Kids don't have as many activities as they had in the summer. Kids don't have as many outlets. So that's where we step in. So I wouldn't say that they're left out per se. Mm-hmm. You know, I would say that the resources are not known. Now, if you don't know which way you should go, if you don't know who you should reach out to, if you don't know what resources are even available, start right here. Reach out to us, and if we can help, we'll definitely guide you and navigate towards what you need.
Yeah. Coach Williams.
Yeah, the counselors at school. I mean, support these organizations right here. You know, you got. I used to mentor for the city of Charlottesville too, Boys and Girls Club, just reaching out, but. Yeah, reaching out to those counselors, like they're privy to. I've had that's how our scholarship fund used to work. It was just I would reach out to the counselors that I knew, and they would put me in touch with families that needed that assistance, and they've got their finger on the pulse of everything that's going on in that school. Mm-hmm. Like I love my Ashley Kovac was a counselor at my school. We talked about Karen Fink, Broadus Wood, just reaching out to them. Just what a valuable resource, but yeah, just definitely reaching out, and I agree too. We're all going to be better from this, but there's some trauma there for sure, and I know it's a simple answer that I go to often, but those kids just need to feel loved. So get them in situations where, like at our event on Sunday, they're all gonna have name tags. So the first thing I'm going to say, because it's very very tough for me remembering all these names. My goodness, we had 550 kids this summer. And it feels like I'm back to zero now because I haven't seen them for 2 months. But just saying their name real quick, like, hey, Jerry, nice shirt, man. Looking good today, Jerry. The new haircut, you look faster. That's what I always tell. That's my go-to with the kids, the younger kids. And it just, boom, smile. They feel loved right away. They feel connected. And then you develop that bond with them, and love heals it all.
Yes, it does.
What do you think, Tris? Go ahead, Freddie.
And I was just adding, like, you have to be sort of relentless about, you know, the true desires of your heart. Like if you need a resource and you have these roadblocks, you have these challenges, like you really, sometimes it's required for you to be like relentlessly like on this mission to find what you want. You know, like I said earlier, like we all have our journeys, we all have our paths and our hills and our valleys. And I like to think that we're all a good book, you know, like, you know, a good book is not peaches and cream and ice cream all the way through and la 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 and flowers. And no, it has some peaks, it has some lows, it has some valleys, it has some challenges, but we're the author and we decide how it ends. So you have to be relentless about it, about your love and about your energy and what you want and how you see your life being. Like, so I always call it like, you know, that law of attraction we talk about. Like, you know, you can kind of attract it if you kind of get on that frequency and be relentless about it.
Heather Michelle, you guys are amazing.
What's up, Heather?
Hey, Heather.
Kevin Higgins says, these answers give me hope that things will be okay. Good wins. Good always wins.
It always wins, man. It's just, we live in an instant gratification world, you know. We do good at 8 o'clock. We want the good to show up at 8:30, you know. So,
well said.
You know, like we have to, again, trust. Trust that you're doing the right thing. Trust the decisions that you're making. Trust love to have your back. Trust the universe that has your back. Like, it's there. It's present. Like, that's where we came from. We have it. So do it, and boom.
Just to add on what Scott was saying as far as counselors and connecting with counselors, that's very important. You know, these children are going to their counselors. All the counselors know all the information. So counselors, connect with us. You know, a lot of children that we serve in these undeserving, or should I say in these low-income housing developments, all the children go to your schools. Most of them are attending these public schools. So I would say to the counselors, let's get connected. Allow us to help your children. Allow us to step in wherever the need may be. And if we can't help, as Freddie said, we will help you find those resources as well.
Well said. God, we're lucky to have these guys in the community. Amanda Alger, looking forward to bringing my kids on Sunday.
Let me say something about Amanda too. So Amanda runs FHF. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of them.
I have not.
Families Helping Families, great organizations out there. What they do is they're working with ACPS. So that's another thing as far as schools as well. So schools, you have FHF that is connected to ACPS. Reach out to FHF. They know a lot of resources that are in the community, which includes us as well.
TR, what a blessing to have you guys in the community. Great leaders and individuals on this roundtable. The message of love and how they are spreading it is just amazing and inspiring. Gentlemen, multiple people on the feed asking for the details for the event. Get us the details, please, fellas.
Give it to him, Scott.
So this Sunday, October 17th, from 1 to 3 at Washington Park, Booker T. Washington Park, we're going to put on a good show. We're going to have a lot of fun physical activities as socially distanced as possible. We're not going to promise perfection, but they're going to feel love. They're going to have a blast. They're going to get some healthy snacks. It's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait to get out there and run around with the kids and show them some of our favorite camp activities and hopefully just bring together the community. Like I said, we're going right smack dab in the middle of Charlottesville, so I'm hoping we get our Brownsville people out. I know Beeler is spreading the word for us there, and eastern end of the county, Stone Robinson, Hollyby, northern end of the county. We have great support all over the place, but we're hoping to get some of our city school friends in there too. But yeah, thanks to Freddy and Tristan for facilitating the healthy snacks.
Thank you.
Yeah, Camp For Real is going to kick in some stuff too, so we're going to have a lot of fruits, a lot of water, a little healthy trail mix at the end. I can't wait to get those kids eating healthy, refueling appropriately.
Come on.
Yeah, come on out. We're going to have a blast.
You know, register too.
Register.
Yeah, you got to register. CampForReal.com.
Yes,
You can
register.
You can sign up. $0. You want to donate something to the fund? That's great too. But we just want people out there. That's all.
We'll highlight a couple more comments, guys. Chris Marie, love your passion. Christy Jones, go Tristan Kabesa, so proud to call you a friend. You are the highlight in a lot of kids and family lives. You are what community stands for.
Thank you, Christy, and thank you for the great work you're doing out there as well.
More comments coming in from parents, teachers, and people in this community. Gentlemen, how about a final word from each of you? Freddie Jackson, my friend.
Well, hey, just keep loving despite what you might be going through. You know, trust the process. And come to the event on Sunday. Bring your kid. Yes. Let's have some fun. Let's get around some great energy. Learn some pillars and principles. Learn about some healthy eating without even like knowing that you're eating healthy because you're having so much fun. But just come on out. Have a great time. Bring your kids out. Parents come hang out. Whatever it may be. It's 2 hours on Sunday, 1 to 3 at Washington Park. And come connect with us. Come grow with us. Let's do it.
Tristan, show's yours.
Man, the message that I want to spread is togetherness and love, as Mr. Freddie has been saying this entire time. I want you all to start paying attention, guys. As you guys are saying, we are great for this community, so are you. You're just as important as we are. So if you see that the message we're spreading here is love, I want you all to start spreading that message as well. So that's the call I'm giving out to the Charlottesville community. Spread the love within one another. Spread the love to a stranger. Spread the love to someone you know. Spread love with someone you may not know. Because as Freddie said, let love do what it does. Thank you all.
Scotty Williams.
I really got to follow that.
You do. You got to follow that, dog. You got to follow that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it all comes back to love and just you all watching the show and sharing these great compliments. Like it's a grind sometimes, and to have this support just keeps me going. It keeps my heart warm. It motivates me to do more. I'm super excited to get more involved in your charity and Freddie's as well. I haven't been able to make it to any Freddie's events yet because I've been out of town, but now it's good to have two brothers out there that I want to support and be a part of their organization, bring awareness to it, and just super excited about having a scholarship fund. We're gonna raise the money, and I'm gonna be like, all right, Tristan, you can send 3 of your kids to this camp. Freddie, send them to you. I can't wait. It keeps me going, and just the love and support. We appreciate it greatly, and just by getting out and supporting these organizations, well, that's how we can keep it going, keep it rolling. And campforreal.com. So it's the number 4, camp4real.com, and you'll see our events on the website. And we hope to see you out there at Washington Park. We're moving the amazing ultimate frisbee players from their normal, I think it's the 2 to 4 o'clock game. So we're moving them out of the way. So if we're moving those nice people out of the way, the least you can do is come out and support it. So,
Amen, brother.
come see us.
Register.
Amen. Tristan, Scott, Freddie, we are lucky to have these guys in this community. I'm going to close with this, a lesson I learned from this gentleman, Scott Williams. Oftentimes when you are, a male, in particular an alpha male, you're often not as in touch with your emotions and your vulnerability as you should. I've spent a number of shows with Scott Williams, and when you spend time with gentlemen like this in settings like this, you see the vulnerability come out. It's something about cameras and lights and microphones that bring it out. And Scott taught me, and Freddie emphasizes this all the time, that it's okay and welcome and encouraged to say I love you to somebody else,
Yes, sir.
in particular another male to male, and you do it without saying man at the end, because that often marginalizes it.
my
So
boy.
I will say this, I love you, Freddie.
Love you, dude.
I love you, Tristan.
I love you, Jerry.
And I love you, Scott.
Love you, Jerry.
And Scott Williams and Freddie taught me that, guys.
Hey.
So it's amazing what happens when you bring that to somebody else in your life, especially male to male, when you have children in your life that see that interaction.
And why would you, we want the most for our lives, correct? Don't
Absolutely.
Don't everybody at this
Yes,
table
sir.
want the most for
Yes,
our
sir.
lives? So why would you want to limit that? Like why? Like why would you want to limit that? Why would you not want to be vulnerable? Because that's the universe showing you where you're weak. And there's nothing wrong with that being exposed, because now you grow through that and now you're stronger. So that's where the money is, man. Like, this is where it is.
Yes, sir.
Amen. This show is awesome.
Charlottesville, we love you too.
Speaking of vulnerable, and we love to inspire other men to love, be open about it. And I love you, man, still might be good for some people, by the way. So, but yeah, getting to that ultimate, like, I love you. I love to inspire men, children, women to dance too, and I'm not letting them off the hook. I'm not letting them off the hook.
Are we going to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got to do?
What, right now?
So what
Don't
I
get me to stand up.
Slide that table in
Don't get me
studio
to stand
standard,
up.
Judah Wickhower. Slide that chair in. You got some room behind the table. You guys gonna dance?
Don't get me to
don't
stand up.
what I tell my kids is you got to have a go-to dance move. And the first time I was on your show,
It was the
cabbage
cabbage.
patch.
Yeah, the cabbage patch. That's right.
Anytime.
Well, here's the downfall with Facebook. If we play music, they sometimes take down the video because you don't have the
okay.
rights. So
I
we
don't
have to
need music.
dance, guys, without
Just
the
do a little
music.
short
How about you just beat the table or
Oh,
something?
you can do that if you want,
Yeah,
Tristan.
there you go.
Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Let's go. Freddie, are you going to show us some
I
moves?
gotta dance first?
Yeah.
I was ready.
Strength in numbers. You always do a step
How we doing?
touch.
There we go. Yeah.
We do a little.
Hey. Yeah. Hey.
You gotta keep the beat going.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Freddie! That's not turn up, Freddie.
All right, Jerry.
Here we go. I'm gonna do Scott's. Scott's. Put a little. Yeah. That's the Scott Williams right there. I love these guys. I love these guys.
Hosting, baby. I love
Moms and dads, grandparents, these are the heroes and role models you want in your kids' lives. Tristan and Freddie and Scott, dudes, it was a freaking pleasure today.
Thank you.
I loved it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, this is the I Love CVille Show where we showcase the best of Charlottesville and Central Virginia. And Freddie and Tristan and Scott embodied that tagline and moniker. For Judah Wickhower, my name is Jerry Miller. Thank you kindly for joining us. Guys, the golden rule. Embody the golden rule. You guys have a good afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow at 10:15 a.m. Take care.
Yes, sir. That was beautiful. That was fun. That was fun.